Can you freeze Koso Genmai, fermented brown rice? That's something I'd like to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Bio-Hacking. Okay, so today I'd like to talk about the Koso Genmai fermented brown rice, whether you can freeze it or not, or whether you can refrigerate it or not, and so on. Okay, so this is Koso Genmai, fermented brown rice, yeah? Now, if you want to know how to make Koso Genmai, please watch my other video. It is called How to Make Koso Genmai, Fermented Brown Rice. Okay. Now, I got a question, and that is, how do I store Koso Genmai? Can I reheat it after keeping it in the fridge? Won't the bacteria die? Right. Okay. So usually you don't keep it in the fridge. You keep Koso Genmai in the jar rice cooker. Remember? So after pressure steaming brown rice, you put it in the jar rice cooker in the warm setting, and you keep the rice there for about 3 days, and then it ferments and becomes Koso Genmai. And after that too, you keep it there for a few days, right? So how I usually do it, so it takes about 3 days to ferment it, and it is ready on the 4th day, yeah? So that means you can begin eating it on the 4th day, and then you continue eating it the 5th day and the 6th day. But you want to consume it within 6 days or so, right? And then rice gets kind of dried on the 5th day or the 6th day, yeah, depending on how much rice is left in the jar rice cooker too, yeah? And depending on how quickly you consume, because if you have many people in your family, maybe you can consume it within a day, yeah, then there's no problem. But if it takes a few days to finish everything, then at some point rice get dried. Yeah, in that case, you can always pour water, add water, and then it kind of helps a little. Yeah, but at this point, you may want to put it in the fridge, and you can put it in the fridge. Yeah. However, the decaying process begins once you take the rice out of the jar rice cooker. It is the same with anything else, the same with white rice or brown rice. Yeah, so you can put it in the fridge just like any other food, but it's basically the same rule apply. So you want to consume it within a few days, yeah, after putting in the fridge. And the decaying process begins. Therefore, it is not as fresh as when it was in the jar rice cooker. I don't know what happens to the bacteria, the brown rice bacteria, when it is put in the fridge. Probably it will not die, but I'm sure it will get weaker. Yeah, but I just don't know. There's no site discussing it. Yeah, I kind of searched different sites on that, but I just couldn't find it. Yeah. For the nutrient, you can always put the Koso Genmai in the freezer. Yeah, because the decaying process doesn't begin. Therefore, you can keep the nutrient. Right. In fact, I did find a site saying by freezing Koso Genmai, most nutrients remains. Yeah, not probably 100%, but most nutrients remains there. And as for the bacteria, I don't know what happens to it when you freeze Koso Genmai. Maybe it doesn't die, but I think the effect is stronger than refrigerating it. So yeah, it will probably weakens the bacteria a lot more. Right, but I just don't know. I just couldn't find any site on the brown rice bacteria regarding refrigerating it or freezing it. how long can you store in the freezer? It is said up to 1 month. Yeah, that's the limit. But usually better to consume it within 2 weeks. Yeah, so you don't want to keep anything in the freezer too long. Yeah, earlier is always better. Yeah, you can just think of it as a last resort. Yeah, basically you don't want to do it, but if you have to, maybe you can, but try to consume it as soon as possible. Right. And then when you reheat it, you can steam it. You can steam Koso Genmai to reheat it. That's the best way. Don't put it in the microwave. That will ruin the whole thing. Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't freeze it or refrigerate it. Well, for freezing it, because I don't know what happens to the bacteria, and for refrigerating it, the decaying process begins, so I cannot eat it in the best state. Yeah, the reason why I want to ferment the brown rice in the beginning is to eat the brown rice in the best state. So I want to basically eat it in the best state. Yeah, but that's for me. Yeah, and therefore, what I do is I begin eating on the second day or the third day. In this way, I can consume it on the fourth day or the fifth day, and then this drying process doesn't happen. Rice doesn't get dried. Yeah, it depending on how many people you have in your family and so on, because we used to. Yeah, we used to kind of begin eating on the fourth day and then kind of consume it within like fourth day and fifth day and so on, because there are 4 people in our family, but now only 3 of us. So yeah, we kind of begin eating a little earlier. Yeah. If you want to eat it every day, by the way, you can have 2 jar rice cookers in operation. So that's what we used to do when my mother was around. Yeah, there was 4 people in our house. So once the present Koso Genmai is finished, then you don't have anything else to eat because it takes another 3 days to prepare, right? So what we did was around the 4th day, that's when we began eating Koso Genmai. We made another Koso Genmai. Yeah, we just pressure steamed brown rice and then put it in another jar rice cooker. Yeah, so because it took us about 3 days to consume the Koso Genmai, by the time it is done, the new Koso Genmai was being fermented and it is ready to switch. So we always had a Koso Genmai ready to eat. But now we don't do that. We just have just 1 jar rice cooker. And then, so when we don't have a Koso Genmai ready, we just eat something else, like maybe sweet potatoes or noodles or regular potatoes or, bread or whatever. Yeah, because, I don't have to eat Koso Genmai every day, and it is always good to, diversify your ingredients and so on. Yeah, from the point of view of Mago wa Yasashi, right? Can you so to sum up, yeah, can you freeze Koso Genmai? Yes, you can. Yeah. I personally don't do it because I don't know what happens to the bacteria. But you still have most nutrients there, which is, by fermenting brown rice, it increases the nutrient tremendously, all the dietary fiber, protein, vitamin B2, vitamin B1, iron, calcium, and so on. So, I mean, still worth it. Yeah, I wouldn't personally do it because, for me, the brown rice bacteria is the most important thing, for eating Koso Genmai. But for the nutrient, it is still okay. So, that's an option. Now, so why do I care so much about brown rice bacteria? Please read the Ikigai Diet, the secret Japanese diet to health and longevity. I wrote about it and how you can do it in Europe and so on too, right? And then this book contained a lot of other helpful information on Japanese natural food dietary culture. Yeah, the information include, Ichiju Sansai. This is Ichiju Sansai, and then Koso Genmai is best eaten in this format. Yeah, so please study Ichiju Sansai. Yeah, and Ichibutsu Zentai Shoku, Shindo Fuji, Mago wa Yasashi, and Hare and Care. And the book is available on Amazon, both Kindle and print-on-demand paperback. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Bio-Hacking. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. And please leave your comment. How do you eat Koso Genmai? Yeah, or how do you store Koso Genmai? Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai.